The 10th most common question is, or the misconception about Islam is, that non-Muslims, many of them say, you Muslims, you eat animals and you behave like animals, violent and ferocious. You Muslims, you all have non-veg food and you behave like animals, violent and ferocious. I have to agree. Today science does tell us that what you eat has an effect on your behavior. And I agree with them, that what you eat has an effect on your behavior. That's the reason we Muslims, we are not allowed to eat ferocious and violent animals like tiger, leopard, lion, which are ferocious. We are only allowed to eat the peaceful animals like cow, goat, sheep, because we are peace-loving. The herbivorous animals, the peaceful, we say, Allah mein ki gaay hai. In Hindi we say. We are only allowed to eat the peaceful animals, the cattle. Quran says in Surah Araf, chapter number 7, verse number 157, the Prophet commands you that which is just and prohibits you that which is evil. He allows you that which is lawful and good and prohibits you that which is bad and impure. Allah repeats the message in Surah Hashr, chapter 59, verse number 7. Take what the Prophet assigns to you and abstain from that which the Prophet prohibits to you. So whatever Allah and His Rasul prohibit, we Muslims abstain from it. And there are various Sahih hadith in Bukhari, in Muslim, Ibn Majah, that speak about the prohibition of these violent animals, these carnivorous animals. It's mentioned in Sahih Muslim, in the book of hunting and slaughtering, hadith number 4752. Also in Ibn Majah, chapter number 13, hadith number 3232 and 3234. The various types of food that the Prophet has prohibited. Amongst them is animals that have carnivorous set of teeth, the carnivorous animals that belong to the cat family, like lion, tiger, cat, dog, wolf, hyenas, all these are prohibited. Certain rodents like mice, rats, rabbits with claws, certain reptiles like snakes, alligators, all these are prohibited. The Prophet also prohibited birds which have talons and claws, like vultures, eagles, crow, owls, etc. All these are prohibited. Now we'll discuss the 11th most common question asked by the non-Muslim is, the 11th misconception in the mind of the non-Muslim is that if Islam is against idol worship, why do the Muslims bow down to the Kaaba? The reply to the allegation is, no Muslim ever worships the Kaaba. Kaaba is the Qibla, is the direction. It's mentioned in the Quran in Surah Baqarah, chapter number 2, verse number 144, that wherever you are, bow in the direction of the Kaaba. The Kaaba is the Qibla. For example, if the Muslim want to offer salah here, some will say let's face north, some will say south, some will say east, some will say west. So for congregation, for unity, all the Muslims face towards one direction, that is the Kaaba. So Kaaba is our Qibla. And the Muslims, they were the first people who drew the world map. And Al-Udrusi, in 1154, was the first human being who drew the world map. And when the Muslims drew the world map, they had the South Pole on top, North Pole down, and Kaaba in the center. Later on, the Western cartographers came and they turned the map upside down. North Pole top, South Pole down, yet, alhamdulillah, the Kaaba is in the center. So whichever part of the world you're in, if you're in the north, you face towards the south. If you're in the south, you face towards the north. If you're in the east, you face towards the west. If you're in the west, you face towards the east. Kaaba is the center. Now, when we Muslims go to Makkah, and during Umrah, or Hajj, or while doing Tawaf, we circumambulate around the Kaaba. Now, why do the Muslims circumambulate around the Kaaba?